Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to another Connoisseur's Conversation. Today, I am eager, as always, to come out with a new fragrance for you guys, a new one to my collection, and it is one new to the house of Electimuss. If you've seen the thumbnail, you know what this is. This is Spiced Diaro, their new fragrance that is released this month, June of 2024. It is one that has quickly in the last 3 days, taken a great impression on me, and I want to get that impression out to you guys after wearing it for the last 3 days. If this sounds like the type of content you think that you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Cheers. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different aromas, facets, and nuance of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. We're going to dive right into this particular fragrance in this particular house that has just released its brand new collection in the brand new orange bottle. This is Spiced Diaro by the house of Electimuss. And over the last 3 days after getting this particular bottle in off a blind buy, usually I don't blind buy and I don't particularly give the advice of blind buying, but Electimuss is a house that I know that has given me great hits, so I went out and ventured and bought this particular fragrance, and it is one fragrance that has really quickly become a great impression on me. And that is because I'm a lover of spicy, woody, and sweet style of fragrances. Not exactly gourmand, but very sweet, very warming, intoxicating style of fragrances that become very alluring, sexy, and sensual. And this one here, Electimuss Spiced Diaro, has really much so checked the boxes on all of those particular acolytes when it comes to a fragrance that I particularly enjoy for my own interpretation and what people get off of me and how that is discerned. This one here is one that's based around, to my particular nuanced pickups, it's a very sweet, warming cardamom spice with pink pepper that is a beautiful concoction that goes into a mid that rises with iris, orange, and a nicely done balsamic touch and aromatic accords as well, like thyme are in the mid of this. But then it goes to a base accords that really function around the warm spiciness of vanilla, cashmere wood, and a little bit of oud. That is in the culmination of this particular scent, but in no way, shape, or form does that, giving that simplistic view of this, take away from the complexity in which this fragrance completes its wearing process on you. The aroma, the evolution on this one is one that I'm very thoroughly enjoying. It opens up, like stated, with the beautiful cardamom, not zesty cardamom, not too spicy, but just a sweet woodiness of how cardamom can come in and give just a bit of relativity to sensuality and just a bit of zestiness along with the pink pepper. Then that transitions over a 20-minute period to a nicely aromatic done, might I say, not just beautiful, but alluring, leathery, aromatic touch of thyme and cistus. That is one of the most spectacular transitions that I've come across in a while. That's what made a great impression on me when wearing this one. It then goes into this blooming, fresh elemi, frankincense, and myrrh accord, which makes this a Middle Eastern style of sweet perfume. And when I say sweet, I'm not one who's a very fond person of smelling like food, so I'm not a gourmand lover whatsoever, but I do have fragrances in my collection that lean toward the warm spice of vanilla. And for that reason alone, this coming into the base accords of that make this one of the better releases that I've had in my collection off of blind buy and sampling in the last couple years. And I don't speak of that and say that lightly, because I've got a lot of fragrances over the last 2 years that really hit a point to me as far as the beauty of them, the wearability of them, and either I love them and they didn't get loved by the crowd around me, or vice versa. And when wearing this one, I was able to get the same exact profile as others around me, being enjoyable for me, wearability for me was great, and the others around me loved the aroma coming off me. And that's in all facets. That's from me being in my business, me being at work, and me being around family and friends. Everyone got a very pleasant wearing experience around me, or a smelling experience around me, and me having a very well crafted smelling experience for myself. I'm very much so in love with this family style of fragrances, which is a sweet, gourmand, resinous, and smoky. But the very, very best of this one here for me has come upon knowing and realizing that this is not just a sweet, warm, spicy fragrance that comes off Arabic or Middle Eastern, but it's one that has these fresh accords to it, which very much so harken to a fragrance in my collection that I enjoyed now after sampling, buying, and then having a bit of a step back from it, but then going into it and wearing it more than I thought I would because of how it really complemented how I wanted to feel in certain arenas. And that is the fragrance from Fragrance du Bois, it's Voyage of Paris. And these two fragrances are not similar in their take of perfumery when it comes to the smell, but the ability to wear them at certain occasions that come off fresh, warm, spicy, but then they have this fresh component to them that really makes them a calling card for 4-season wear. And over the last 3 days here in Michigan, it's been 90 degrees plus, and I've worn this in that particular weather, and it went off very, very well in that particular accord. In the particular accords that set off more, or you would think more, in the ability to have them in the winter and or fall. But in the summertime right now, summer evening, summer day, this is going off very, very well for me. And I'm very, very pleased. As I stated, I left even a comment on the site, Fragrantica, that really, in a couple of days, I was very impressed with this particular scent. The wearability of it, not only the fragrance evolution, but the performance on it is phenomenal. It comes at about a 2-hour evolution period. It then blooms around your skin with a nice significant projection cloud of about 3 to 4 feet, and then it settles in, which I love about it, become a more sensual and alluring fragrance, because as soon as it comes to a better tonality of a skin scent, the sillage is still running behind you. And I got plenty of comments and compliments off of that particular sillage, which was, damn, you smell beautiful, you smell fantastic, you smell great. And that was one thing that I was loving about this particular scent in the days I wore it. The evolution, the spiciness that comes off it, the orange accords, the cardamom, the thyme, the orange blossom, the slightly oudy accords of it. The leather is a smooth, suede leather. Very much so. Electimuss has not let me down when releasing Spice Diaro. I don't know if there's many accounts of it online yet, but I'm hoping that I can get this across to you guys to let you know the Spice Diaro by the House of Electimuss. Get a sample of this one, because I think this is going to be a fresh, spicy, 4-season hit for all of you guys that love to collect fragrances and have these beautiful concoctions in your particular fragrance wardrobe. This is one, like I said, I'm greatly impressed with what this is doing, man. I keep on spraying it too, not just to have the opening, but just because I know I want this fragrance on me, damn near like a permanent signature scent. And I never have signature scents nowadays. But this one here, as I stated, I'm impressed. What I would say foremost is, to me, what I will get as the 5 most alluring and most projecting and beautiful accords of this are cardamom spice, pink pepper spice, a little bit of orange, like an orange nutmeg type of spices inside this to my nose. I also get a beautiful brand wheat from this, which I also get. If you ever had the fragrance single malt, I was going to bring it up and do this particular review of it, but I didn't want to have that comparison in my mind when giving it. But I will compare and state that this has that branded wheat, malty style of vanilla wheat feel to it. It's a very beautiful concoction because it lays on your skin and gives you this almost this sensual and alluring type of fragrance off your skin, and it's one that's very, very beautiful. I can't state that enough, that how grand it smells on my skin. I suggested you guys, if you enjoy Middle Eastern style of spicy, slightly sweet fragrances, I did see some people start to say this is gourmand leaning. I will say I don't get that. I'm not one that concocts gourmand from this, and I'm not one who enjoys gourmand, so I wouldn't wear this if it was a full-on gourmand. So if they connect this to a gourmand fragrance, that lets you know how about the sensibility of the wearing is sensual, alluring, and attractive to them. While me, it comes off spicy, sweet, and warm. To them, it comes off gourmand. The two can go interplay all day long, if you say to me. But to me, at the end of the day, Electimuss Spice Diaro is one that you guys need to get your nose on, need to get your hands on, at least a sample of this to see how it works on your skin, because to me, the last 3 or 4 days, it's become a wonderful fragrance to wear. Once again, Electimuss Spice Diaro. Cashmere wood is one also point of this. It's a beautiful cashmere wood. Look up the notes, you guys. Check out the notes on this one. I'm just going off the top of my head, but check out the notes on this and see how it plays inside your wardrobe, because all of these woody tonality, sweet, warm tonality to it, aromatic style, all these things that come off in my wheelhouse of perfume that I love, that's what this one is hitting the mark on. So Electimuss Spice Diaro, you guys made a hit, and I must tell you that truthfully and factually. I love this particular scent already, and I can see it going forward this spring or this fall, late summer, everything. I'm going to wear this particular scent a lot, and it performs fantastically. Once again, Spice Diaro by Electimuss. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my video for you guys today. I hope that, as always, you got something entertaining and educational from this particular video. And if you did, all that I ever ask that you do is hit the like button, subscribe, and if someone in your life like this type of content, share it with them. Let them know that we here at The Dry Down have created a great, harmonious, uplifting, energizing family, and we're going to continue to be around for the long term. This is one of my favorite wines. This is a Sangiovese or Sangiovese, depends on how you pronounce it. I've heard it both ways. This is a Sangiovese wine out of Tuscany. It's a very robust wine, has a lot of tannins to it, a lot of dry acid, acidity, I should say. Very high in plum and vine accords, with a little bit of minerality to this wine as well. So if you're one who likes to eat Italian dishes, pizzeria dishes, stuff like that, where you have everything from ripened tomatoes to Alfredo sauces, this will go well with any of that. This is, like I said, a Sangiovese Tuscany Valley wine, and this is one of the great tasting wine. For me, it's one of my wines that I got my third bottle of. I'll see if I can post a picture of what it is and let you guys get a chance to see if you can get it in your local distillery. Has slight legs to it, but nothing really viscous about this one. This is a light red for the summertime. That's why I love it. The bouquet is, like I said, dark red plum, red cherries. I love to talk about this stuff, man. I hope you guys love listening about this stuff, because I wasn't even going to give a portrayal of what this wine was, but it's coming to me right now, what it is and how I'm feeling about it. Slightly aromatic. Dark cherry, plum, no mulberry, no blackberry, just a lot of red, dark, sweet plums, maybe a tad bit of a raspberry in there at the tartness from that, but that's about it. Once again, I'll put it up. This is a Sangiovese from Tuscany.